We've all had those relationships where you look over at the other person and you think to yourself, what are we doing? Like, how did I get here? Now, what's up, everybody? Kita's here again, back with another episode of Queer Connections, where I am giving you all of the dating tips to be able to balance your head with your heart so you can make your next dating experience your last. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Kita and I'm your queer dating coach and matchmaker. And today we're going to talk about the 3-month, like, no kissing, no sleeping together, no being exclusive dating rule. Now, this isn't my dating rule that I have. There's another coach that I follow on TikTok, and this is a rule that she has her clients implement. And so I really wanted to get other people's thoughts. So if you want to give me your thoughts, you can definitely comment below. And then also be sure to, jump over to my TikTok and see what other people really had to say about it. Now, before I get into the content, what I want you to do is go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel. Hit that bell so you don't miss any of the videos that come up. I put out a video every Tuesday, and trust me, you do not want to miss this. This is the only channel where you have someone certified giving you science-backed dating tips and not just advice on how you can get into the relationship of your dreams. All right, so let's get right into it. Now, let me start by saying that I am not a fan of rules, right? I think rules are the reason why dating has become so hard. Rules seem to be stuck in place, and it doesn't allow you to kind of change as the world changes, as other people change, as you evolved, and you may change your mind about things. So I'm not a big fan of rules, but I definitely wanted to break down the advantages of what I see inside of the 3-month rule. So, like I said before, this is a 3-month rule where you are not exclusive with someone for 3 months. That means you're not sleeping over, you're not having sex, and this coach even goes as far as to say no kissing. And I'll get to that point, because I know as soon as I said that, there was a lot of you out there that was like, nah, I can't even get down with this no kissing. That seems to be extreme. But I'm going to tell you the advantages of that. So let's lay out, all the ways that I think this is effective when it comes to dating. Number one, it reverses the process. So one thing that this coach mentions and that I agree with is that currently, right now in the dating world, we are giving away the physical parts of ourselves to a stranger, right? Like, we're giving them parts of ourselves without having the data that we need, without knowing that they're in line with our values and our goals and the type of relationship that we want. And I know firsthand with matchmaking that this happens. Like, I send profiles out to people first before they get to see the pictures, because I don't send pictures in the profile. And this is for safety reasons, not that I'm trying to hide anything. But when they get the profile, they're really excited to meet this person, and they're in line with my values and my goals, and I love it. And then I show them the pictures and they're like, but they're not my normal type. But it's like, in the matchmaking process, you're getting the data that you need. You know what hobbies and the interests that they have. I'm talking to them about things that whether that's money, kinks, all that kind of stuff that you may not want to put on your profile, but that's important to you. I'm talking to them about that. And so you're getting the data before you're physically giving them yourself, or before you're really investing into things. And so I think with this 3-month, no kissing, no sex, no exclusive dating rule, it allows you to reverse that. It allows you to talk to this person and have those deep conversations and really engage about your values, and to make sure that you're on the same page before you physically get involved with someone. Because look, let's jump into on a spiritual sense. When you engage with someone physically, you are exchanging energy. And you really want to be careful on who you're exchanging that physical energy with. And trust me, I know that you know, right? Because there are people that you've been with and you think back and you're like, what was I thinking? And so in this process where you are waiting, you have the opportunity to really dig in deep on the subjects and on the things that make a relationship work versus giving yourself away and getting attached in a physical sense, and then talking about all of those other things that are important and actually make a relationship work. All right, number 2, decide versus slide. Now, we've all had those relationships where you look over at the other person and you think to yourself, what are we doing? Like, how did I get here? Now, when you take these 3 months to really get to know someone, or to get to know multiple people because you're not exclusive, then you have less of those moments, right? And I know it happens a lot in queer relationships because look, lesbians, we be on dates for like 24 hours for like 3 weeks, right? And then what happens is you don't actually get to decide that you want to be with that person. You just end up sliding into a relationship, and then 3 months down the road, you're like, what are we doing? You're not even the person that I even remotely want to be with, and yet I'm still in a relationship with you. And I think by not being exclusive, you also get to decide who is the best fit for you. Sometimes when we're exclusive with one person, we want to fill in those gaps, be they good or bad, with what we want, what we expect, what we feel is going on, not their behavior, but what we feel is going on, instead of having these relationships with or dating multiple people and saying, well, I feel and I have this experience over here with this person, and I feel and I have this experience over here with this person, and this person and I match on over here on this thing, but I match over here with this thing. It really truly has you decide and powerfully choose who you want to be in a relationship with, instead of just sliding into one and thinking, how am I going to make this work? Which brings me to my next point. Number 3, avoiding emotional investment too soon. Now, U-hauling is a thing, and I know we're in this space where we're trying to overcorrect and we don't want to U-haul, but the issue is not U-hauling and that you move in with someone. The issue is that it is solely emotionally driven, and that being emotionally driven comes from the physicalness that you have. It comes from having good sex and that immediate attraction, which is probably a trauma bond, right? So it comes from that. Comes from being able to decide that you want to be in a relationship with this person, regardless whether you have been together for 3 months or 3 years. So when you're having sex with someone, it alters the connection that you feel, especially when it's good sex, right? And also, especially since most daters have some type of insecure attachment. Now, we're all working through stuff, right? We're all healing, we're all growing, but most securely attached people are already in a relationship. That means when you have the insecure attachments, you're more likely to meet each other and date each other and get into relationships. So the emotional aspect of it is really high, and then you're throwing in the physical aspect of things as well. So when you can take this time to take the sex and the kissing and the sleeping over and even being exclusive out of the situation, you get to focus on your requirements. Now, I'm big on your requirements. These are things that you have to have in a relationship, and it takes all of the emotional aspect out of it. Now, you do need need the heart, right? But we lead a lot with our heart and not with our head. Your requirements allows you to balance these two things, right? So during that 3-month time, you are looking for consistent behaviors from that person. You're looking for consistent actions from the people that you are dating. It's not driven by emotion. Now, without getting emotionally invested too soon, It has you date the person, not the potential. See, when we're emotional, we're all heart, we make exceptions for people. We ignore red flags because we're so focused on how we feel. We're not looking for actual behaviors. People can say anything that they want, but you want to look for what they're doing and how they're showing up and if they're being consistent. Okay, so you want to avoid being emotionally invested, all in, like too soon. You have to balance head and heart. Lastly, number 4, no kissing allows you to stay focused. Now, hold on. Don't leave the video. I know a lot of you out there was like, ain't no way I'm going 3 months without kissing somebody. And I get that. And that could be really extreme. Like I said, this is, you take on what works for you. If it doesn't work for you, great. But this is why I say like the no kissing allows you to stay focused, because it implements a boundary. And don't think for a second that if you cross that boundary and say, oh, it's okay if we kiss, people are not going to try to then sleep with you or try to push that boundary, or come on out, we've already kissed and you know that we have a spark, like, come on, let's go ahead, we can go ahead and have sex, like, or we can go ahead and cuddle, just let me stay the night, like so you really want to make sure that if you're going to implement this, if it's for you, right, that, and you're going to take on the no kissing, it's not that this coach or I don't want you to be physically intimate with someone. It's understanding of whether a person is really, honestly, truly able to honor and respect a boundary that you put in. And are you able to honor and respect a boundary that you put in for yourself? Because in the early dating process, you are teaching this person how to treat you. And if in the beginning you say, no kissing, no sleepovers, no whatever, and then you allow that person to maybe kiss, right? Guess what else? They're gonna try to step over that boundary again. And that's going to continue to roll over into the relationship. If they're going to bounce over that boundary, they're going to continue to bounce over others. I know kissing is a big thing. It's a way to see if you are going to be compatible in the bedroom, but you also have to understand you can teach people too, okay? So kissing allows you to stay focused and stay focused on your boundaries, you know, and it allows you to go in and stay true to yourself, on a deeper level, because it takes something not to not even kiss someone. All right, so those are my thoughts. Like I said, I don't think I will ever implement this 3-month rule. You know, if it's gonna work for you, and if it's something that you want to do, and you're like, oh, this is something that I need, because I tend to jump in too soon when I'm dating somebody, or I lead with sex or whatever, and you don't want to do that, but you also want support, my conscious dating program is for you. Okay, so click on that link in the bio, check out the program, email me your questions, and let's get connected, because this conscious dating program is specifically so you can add intentionality into your dating life to allow your next dating experience to be your last, right? If you're close enough, I do in-person dating, we go over flirting, we do mock dates, I teach you about your energy, and we really focus on, where you are going to meet like-minded people, leading with your requirements, and making sure that you have those boundaries set in so that you are attracting the person that wants to create the same type of relationship as you do. I love you all. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.